Hey everybody, it's Christine Ernst, the fat ass cancer bitch, coming to you from the cozy writing cottage in Sandwich, Massachusetts. I have returned from vacation. It's August 26th, the end of the summer. Boy, that came up fast. And there was, I confess, pumpkin spice syrup in my coffee this morning. Homemade pumpkin spice syrup in my coffee. You can email me for the recipe. It's really easy. We got back yesterday from day before yesterday from a trip to North Carolina to visit Michael's brother and sister-in-law in beautiful Chapel Hill, and then to Lewis, Delaware, to my sister's place, sister and brother-in-law's place in a lovely, lovely part of the state near the ocean. It was like spending a week in a pottery barn, which was just lovely. You're gonna hear a little bit more about that in a minute. We came home to our tomato crop finally being in. I'll be freezing quite a lot today. If you need any tomatoes, give me a call because I have the world supply. We came back to a mugshot too. I didn't mention that. That was pretty awesome. Thank you, Fulton County. The piece I'm going to read today is about my sister's place in Lewis, and it is called Stabilamentum. She was there all week, though I read later that they set up in the same spot for the whole summer, a female corn spider, Argiope aurantia. Argiope silver-faced, aurantia gilded one. Common from Canada to Costa Rica, yellow and black patterned body and a gray face with a 5-inch leg span. 5 inches. 5 inches. 5 inches. Not to be confused with her cousin Trichinophila clavipes, the golden orb weaver. She is also known as a yellow garden spider, a McKinley spider, a zipper spider, and a writing spider, which delighted me. She spins a web reinforced by something called a stabilamentum, a thick, white, silken suture zigzagging top to bottom through the center of her web, part camouflage, part architecture, part warning to birds lest they fly through and destroy her hard work. The scissor truss stabilamentum allows her to oscillate her web. Think battle ropes at the gym. So that her prey becomes entangled. We watched her in the mornings plucking at the gossamer string, saw her catch and consume a honeybee, a beetle, a fat fly, each ensnared and cocooned into a tight little packet, eaten by dusk. We could not see an egg sac, though there surely was one somewhere among the holly and crepe myrtle her mate devoured earlier in the season. Of course, perhaps other guests had noted his similar web nearby, had noted his demise once his job was done. Though Argiope aurantia can catch small vertebrates, geckos, anoles, she is not aggressive to humans unless directly threatened. We came and went and did not threaten. We marveled at her talent, her coloring, her size, her unlikely home in this shiny upscale development where on our walks to the pool, on our daily constitutional, past the pristine identical homes, past each $60,000 SUV, past each chemically lush lawn, we sighed happily at bluebirds and yellow butterflies, at honking V's of early returning geese, at maple leaves already the color of flame, at late summer hydrangeas and hummingbirds. This rampant green and gold, meticulously paved, exquisitely manicured paradise could only contain lovely things, and so she became one too. Good morning, Miss Spider, on our way to the beach. Ah, I see you have a fine lunch today, after returning from the pickleball courts. Good evening, my dear, sleep well, as we come back from a $500 farm-to-table dinner, as if she were a charming character in a children's book, and not a vicious predator who cannibalizes her mates. Charlotte herself, ironically not a writing spider in E.B. White's classic. She was a plain old barn spider, Araneus cavaticus. She lays 514 eggs at the end of that story, which means that in the missing chapter in Charlotte's Web has the heroine at some point getting pregnant in the midst of mentoring that hapless pig Wilbur. And getting pregnant for a barn spider like Charlotte means engaging in violent sex, then murdering and eating her lover. We do not consider the mating habits of spiders, however. And our Argiope aurantia is practically a pet by the time we leave. And I confess I had a fleeting thought of capturing her in a mason jar and bringing her back with us, as our home lacked such an amenity. Indeed, I'd made a list. Better throw pillows, a fringe plaid throw to lay diagonally across the foot of the guest bed, an electric milk frother, since our own very expensive, though evidently not expensive enough espresso machine sadly did not have an automatic frothing function, a $60,000 SUV, a beautiful yellow and black spider to decorate our front porch, a fancy cornhole game. Wait, we don't have a front porch. Alexa, add front porch to the list. It is seductive. Spending time in a wealthy enclave. Dangerous, even. Even the spiders are sought after. Context is everything. So I didn't bring that beautiful spider back with us. Although I read if a frost doesn't kill her, she'll live up to 5 years. So maybe she'll be there next year when we return. When her babies hatch in the spring, I learned a lot about spiders, being fascinated by this one. When her babies hatch in the spring, they will shoot from their spinneret a little thread of silk, which the wind will catch like a sail and fling them hither and yon, which is how they find new habitats. That's beautiful and slightly disturbing to imagine the wind in the spring full of baby spiders on sticky webs. Oh, it's nice to be home. I had a wonderful time, and it's good to be back in my own little bed with my beautiful tomatoes. Our cats were so happy to see us. Thank you, Lena and Annie, for taking care of them so well. Have a great weekend. Go read a children's book. Go have violent sex, but don't eat or murder your mate. Go eat some tomatoes. Go look at some spiders. Gosh, they're beautiful and disturbing and wonderful. Do not buy a $60,000 SUV. I have mixed thoughts on that, so maybe more on that next time. Be well. You are beloved. Come as you are. Because what's the alternative? Come as you're not? Come as something else? Come as your own beautiful, exquisite, beloved self, please. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week in September. It's fucking September! Almost. Enjoy the weekend. See you next week.